And 2%. Let me see who got added in. Add, boom. Yo, yo. Can you hear me? CUTTHOAT podcast. CUTTHOAT radio podcast. CUTTHOAT cut the radio podcast. I always got to turn all my stuff on. Let me see what just happened right there. Oh, the sound more unmute. How do you unmute? Oh, there you go. Can you hear me? Bruh. Any sound coming through? Yo. You can't hear me. Nope. You can't hear me. Damn it. What's up, everybody? Customer dad's got it. Boo. Good sound. Yeah. Everybody can hear me on my end. I know. I'm waiting for Montoya to get in here. He here. No. We can't hear each other on the damn Zoom. Okay, hold on. Admit Daryl's in here. I bet. Well, no, huh? No, with my son more. Let me see here. I can't hear nobody. You can't hear me? I don't know what's going on with the Zoom sound. I'm good to go. For some reason, my sound ain't working. I can't get the sound going on the Zoom. Why has always got to be a complication and a glitch? Cuddy, can you hear? I got Bagby. Listen, y'all, we got this thing here, but fuck. Let me see. Admit he coming back in. I got Bagby here with me, and then I also have see, we all here, but I can't get every. See, we all see y'all can hear. I hear y'all. Okay, stop video. Where is my sound? Man, this is crazy. I can't hear them. This is just absolutely. This is absolutely crazy. I can't hear y'all. Fuck. This is irritating the hell out of me. Yeah, I can hear all that. Mosaic adding to the thing. Can y'all hear me? Y'all can't hear me, huh? Can't hear y'all. Oh, now I can hear y'all. Can y'all hear me? Oh man, thank God I figured it out. I'm over here losing my brain. Oh man, thank y'all for tuning in. CUTTHO. Let me do my thing, y'all, because we cracking down. I got the Omega Boys and Girls Club segment tonight. We are honoring a legendary man. He did so much for the community of I cannot stress this enough. We're gonna start off though with the likes, comments, share, comments, all of that good stuff that I say. I'm so excited I can't even get what I'm trying to say out. Please, y'all, subscribe, share, like, comment. I got his son here. I got BJ Bagby here. I got Mosaic here. I got people that represent this man. Before I introduce this man, I got people that represent him, man. Listen, y'all, don't even know. This man right here, man, we came from the bottom of the bottoms, and he helped all of us. And when I say all of us, I mean all of us. Man, and I'm gonna get into the segment, introducing what I'm doing tonight. This essay spill about it. He told me how to be successful in a different walk of life because he's the way. But anyway, with further ado, we are honoring Mr. Philmore Graham and the Continentals of Omega Boys and Girls Club. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Yes, indeed, Records, Cutthroat Radio Podcast. Y'all see what it is, man. Hey, how y'all doing tonight? How's everybody going? Well, I kind of wanted to start off going with the Continental honor because I remember we used to have to do the Continental honor growing up. You know what I'm saying? Being a part of study hall, whatever we had to do to get in there. We had and the Continental honor was on the back of the cards. Remember that? You look on the back of the card and you read it. So let's kick off. I think I got it here. If everybody just follow my lead, we're gonna do it on three. One, two, and three. Together we stand. Divided we fall. One for all and all for one. Always up and never down. Always forward and never backwards. If a task has once begun, never leave it until it's done. Be a labor, great or small. Do it well or not at all. For this we pledge. We are Continentals of Omega Boys and Girls Clubs with Brothers Good, scholarship, uplift, and perseverance is our guide, and we don't do drugs. No buts about it. Mr. Graham, on the last part of not doing drugs, please don't kill me when I get to heaven. I'm gonna I'm gonna get that off right off the bat. I know I didn't walk there. That's why I said Graham showed us a different way. Thank y'all for tuning in. I got BJ Bagby, I have Mosaic, and I got Montoya Graham here chiming in. And I think I have yes, I do. I have his daughter as well. Deidre, is she in here? Okay, she on me. Oh, okay, so we got it's five of us in here. So I just basically got 10 questions. I'm kind of curious. Montoya, a lot of us in my generation don't really know. Where did the Boys and Girls Club originate? Like, where did it start? How did it even come up with the idea? Ah, got it. What? That's that. It all. As soon as you said that, Montoya, it all makes sense now. It all just full circle, right? I've been a Continental since the late '80s, and I didn't know where, how, and what was even the cause of why he started it, and it all just came circle. Wow, that's deep. Uh, 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 the where did it? Where was it? The original location in Vallejo? Definitely. Sorry, y'all. My bad. On the thing there. Definitely that's huge right there. Like that's a whole a thing that when he got married in the Vallejo scene. Like when you were born, did you immediately like just like take into what he was doing, or like how did that play about with you, like you and your sister and everything? Like, did you just like gravitate towards what he was doing, or did you do your own thing and then come about later?
When I was 8 years old, so I came into the fold a little bit late, but immediately after I got adopted, the Boys and Girls Club was his second home. So whenever he would go to the club, he would just take me to the club, and it became my second home. But the club, like I wanted to go to have fun, so it was like I wasn't ever forced to go to the club. I always wanted to go to the club because it was a fun place to go. But yeah, I started a little bit late. Again at the age of 8, so I came along late, but it was a place for me to go down.
And that was in Millersville, kind of, and
right on in the Millersville area. That's kind of actually where it started, right on Shaft Street, in Glen.
It was like in a garage.
Yeah, apartments. He had apartments right on Shaft Street, and he did it like in his garage out there.
So he came up with the kind of.
Started.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
He started it in his own personal, like I said, in the garage with those 6 boys that he met coming home from work that was in the street playing football. He started with those 6 boys. From there, it grew to, within a few years, to over about 220 kids.
Tell me,
he had to move it.
Tell me about that story. Tell me about that story, Montoya, about the 6 boys.
Well, he was on the way home from work from Maryland as a nuclear engineer. I never realized that he was actually a nuclear engineer. He spent so much time in the club, no one knew he really had a job. He was actually a full-time. Wow. On the way home from work one day, and he saw these 6 boys in the street playing with a football that was flat. And so he pulled over. So then he began to ask them how to spell football. And that went on to a couple of young boys knew how to spell it, a couple didn't know how to spell it. So he challenged them that if they didn't know how to spell it when he got back from work, he would buy them a football. And when he got back from work, a couple of them knew how to spell it, and a couple of them didn't know how to spell it. He went on about football anyway. But that was the beginning of the Boys Club.
Wow.
Those 6 boys.
Wow. And that was right there on Shasta.
That's crazy. That story just tells you. He knew if he give you something.
This is dope. This is real dope. So the 6 boys was in Millersville. They all was like the same proximity in age.
Correct. Yeah, they were all about the same proximity in age. Yes, correct.
And then so from there, it was just a boy. Was it Omega Boys and Girls Club Continentals? I mean, where did the name?
No, it was Omega Boys Club. It didn't become Omega Boys and Girls Club until 1991, right around that time.
Oh, so the 90s is when the girls came around. Now now we getting somewhere. Okay. I'm just messing with you women. I'm just having fun with it. So we got the Boys Club started there. So did it ever go to South Vallejo? Was it ever in South Vallejo?
No, it was never in South Vallejo. He just lived in South Vallejo.
He just lived in South Vallejo.
That's what everyone he just
thought it was South Vallejo. Okay. So it was never, everybody, y'all got this here on radio first, cut the radio first. It was never in South Vallejo. It was in Millersville, and then it moved to the location that it ended up being all years. But before we go on,
it moved to his church. It went from Millerville to his church.
To his church,
and then to Northland.
What's the name of the church? Before it went over to the north.
Yeah, that's wow. For a few years.
The what? Wow.
Yeah, Friendship Baptist Church.
Oh, Friendship. Okay,
Friendship Baptist Church.
Right there in Lofus?
Right there by Millersville.
Oh, it's Millersville. No, Millersville. Yeah, Millersville.
Yeah. Tennessee, right?
Yeah, by Tennessee. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. Wow, that's deep right there. And you say, when did you become a member again? You say Montoya?
Man, I joined the club as soon as probably the first day I got adopted. I was
That's dope. That's dope. Did anybody? So he adopted a lot of boys to help, or tell us about that.
I was the only one. I was the only one like he adopted through the system. But everybody was his dad, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was my dad as well.
I was fortunate enough to have it on paperwork. But we all were his kids. I was just fortunate enough to have it on paper.
That's what's up, man. So I don't know if Deidre is she in here or is she just listening? She probably just listening.
I think she might be at work, but she's on.
Yeah, I can hear you all. I was just
okay.
You guys did.
Oh, okay. How you doing today, Deidre?
I'm doing great, thank you. I think this is awesome that you're doing this, so thank you.
You are absolutely welcome. I had to pay respect and homage to your father. He like I said, he did a lot for me and my two brothers, so it was only right. You know what I mean? It was only right. BJ, real quick, I want to add BJ in here real fast. BJ, tell us some of your stories about Mr. Graham. Give us some stories.
Man, I got so many. But one of them is just after my dad passed away, Mr. Graham took me under his wing, and that's when I started. He pick us up on Fridays, pick up Brandon, go to the house. He'd either have sometimes he would have meetings, and he'd take us along with him, and we go to Great America or something. He give us the tickets, tell us to be back at a certain time, but that never went right.
Yeah, Mr. Graham.
But, yeah, man, Mr. Graham would take us everywhere, man. And
you become a member. When did you become a member?
I became a member like 90. I want to say like 96. That's when Pops passed, and we was back and forth from Richmond, and then I guess Moms wanted us to, have somewhere to go instead of, well, especially me, stay off the.
To the club, what was the admission when you joined the club? What was the admission fee back then?
I believe it was like maybe $10 or $20.
Was it? No.
It was $2.
It was $2. I was gonna say it was like $2 to $5 or something like that. $2. Yeah, it was $2.
$2.
It was. And that $2, boy, I had to ride with you to get that $2.
My mom, look, it was like Mom signed this up, and I never knew, and Mom just brought us.
Right.
And it was that was it.
Mosaic, give us something. Yeah.
Make sci-fi fraternity.
Yeah, that's why you here. Yeah,
like
definitely.
Philmore Graham, like Montoya.
Exactly.
I got a lot of stories too, but one in particular I'll tell. I joined the Boys Club in the early 90s.
Okay.
I think it was about 90 or 91. I was 7 years old when I joined.
I think we was around the same time. We came up
we came up to the Torch Club together.
Right. Exactly.
Tours,
the whole shebang.
But once I got pregnant with my Mr. Graham when I was in college. And Graham, we want to talk to you. He would take you on that walk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Serious.
By the riverfront. You know what I'm saying? And Graham, and I was right before I was about to become a member of Make Sci-Fi, right before I was about to start my process. And it was weird because, I didn't tell Graham. I was like, I don't want him to know. It's like he knew, and he already knew what was going on. And he took me on and just was talking to me about life and, what it meant to be a man and just, everything,
Uh-huh.
And when I did cross and I went the first time, he was just so happy and elated to see that I was in a fraternity. So, Graham, he, I think it didn't matter what age you were, 7 coming on in or 25 and graduate from college, he looked at you as one of his kids and he just gave you that uplift that made you want to become a better man, you know, because you didn't want to disappoint him.
Absolutely.
You know, and Montoya, like BJ said, you already know, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Because, you know, him and Shaman, you know, those were, you know, our mentors when we was growing up. You know what I mean?
Shaman.
Shaman now, you know what I'm saying?
Shaman's in city. He in San Francisco. Am I correct at that?
Yeah, he a councilman on the 10th district.
You know what I
mean? So
yeah.
You know,
Big things.
You know, Graham produced so many great men. You know, so
thank God we was a part of it. Thank you, Jesus.
It's just foresight and oversight, just how to mold young men into becoming men, and something that Vallejo still needs in this season more than ever now. But it definitely, you know, helped our generations out.
I want to ask
one thing.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
He knew how to talk to you, man, and make you think about everything.
Yes, he did. Yeah. Yes, he did, man. I got a story. What's the back streets going to Benicia? What's the way right there? Where they filmed the movie the Zodiac Killer. What's the back streets right there when you go Columbus Park, Ascar Parkway, going that way? What's that?
Oh yeah.
He took me over there. He drove me up there on top of the thing. Like he going to Benicia and Park doing. I didn't even know he knew I was doing what I was doing at the time. He was all on me in the car. You know what I mean? Tripping. So Graham really you know, slapped. You know, it took some time to really think what he heard about. You know what I mean? Like that was my mentality. BJ and them know. Like I broke away from the club long before everybody left. I was gone. I was in the streets. I you know, it speaks volumes. What he did for me and my family and my two brothers speaks volumes. So I was able to double back and, you know, pay homage to him. You know, and I apologize, Mr. Graham. Let me say this in front of everybody. You know, the things that I did, you know, I could have did it different, or I could have did it way better. And just, you know, but you know, I thank God that you know, I'm here today. So anyway, to keep going.
Hey man, but we learn from our mistakes, man.
Definitely, yeah, really. Absolutely.
Do that to learn something.
Absolutely. Who is this in here coming to the Zoom? Is this Cam? I got Cam in the house. What's up, Cam? Can you hear us, Cam?
Yeah.
I don't think he can hear us.
Yeah, he here.
Okay. It's a roster of us in here tonight. So anyway, going back to the boys club and the things that Mr. Graham did, he came up with programs inside the club. Now, was these programs initial when he started the club, like let's say study hall and doing your homework? Like he was real strict about the homework thing and all that. Like a lot of the stuff he was doing in our era, he did way back then, or how was the format?
As far as study hall, as far as his program goes, Rob, he was just, all of his programs was really based around education. We think about what Dad had set up. If you went on a camping trip, if you went to the Boys game, it was all based around like a book report.
Yeah, better have them
book papers, or something you had to do scholastic wise that will tie you into a field trip. So he knew, and it's funny because if you really think about it, Graham used education to give all of us a childhood.
Man,
if you went to the Warriors game, you had your book reports.
Good God.
If you went camping, you had to turn in some A papers.
Oh, right now.
He used education again to give us a childhood. And he really, I tell people all the time, Dad, he just did what you should do with your own kids. Then they had programs. Once they became Boys and Girls America, they were required to do certain programs. But prior to in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s, he did what you
Let me ask you a question. You said that's what I was gonna ask you too. He founded the Vallejo chapter, correct? And
Correct.
so so Richmond and all of these other cities, the surrounding cities, it became the Boys Club cities of. Tell us about that. Explain that to us.
So Boys and Girls Club. So first, Dad just had the Omega Boys Club. That was what he started in 1966 and ran that until 1990. And then in 1990, the club wanted to begin to grow. We wanted to get more funds. We wanted to bring in more programs. So then they became a part of America. That allowed them into a whole new pool of funding, resources, and things like that.
Got it.
So that's why they joined Boys and Girls Club America, to tap onto the resources and to the connections that Boys and Girls Club America will provide us.
Very smart. That was very smart. That's dope, man. A lot of stuff I didn't know. You know what I mean about the club that you tell me.
So each city can have a Boys and Girls Club. Vacaville had one, or Richmond had one, San Francisco had one. These are all chartered under Boys and Girls Club America.
Okay. Because we used to play basketball at all of the locations. Like we had a basketball team or whatever, and we'd go to Richmond, Oakland, Vacaville. We went all the places. So yeah, that was dope, man. I was wondering, like, because I used to always see the Omega Boys and Girls Club like in a whole, like a big old thing, not just what your dad started. And I always wondered, was he connected to the whole big old thing, or was he, you know what I mean? So thank you for addressing that one for me. You said that the 90s is where the girls came in. What made what made him want to do transition with girls? Why girls? Why do you want the girls to be a part of it?
Well, when we became a part of Boys and Girls Club of America, the name Girls came actually with, they were already doing Boys and Girls Club.
Okay.
And so when they came under Boys and Girls Club of America, that's when you had to accept girls as well. But prior to that, he was just Omega Boys Club. He could have in the club whoever he wanted. So he just chose to work with boys, but then became Boys and Girls Club of America. Once they moved to Boys of America, he gave the girls the same type of spaghetti. He was rocking with them all the way.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
And that's kind of like when I came home from college. Right about that time, it became a little bit after that became Boys and Girls Club. And he was on the phone with the girls just as much as he was on the phone with the boys, trying to get them together too. When they did become Boys and Girls Club America.
I remember they Keystone meetings that we used to have. They used to have their own separate little meetings and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Miss Davis.
Miss Davis. Yeah, Miss Davis used to take them in there and do her thing. Yeah. So did. Cam, you in here, Cam? Talk to us.
What's up with my family?
Talk to us. Give us something. Give us something, Cam.
Well, first and foremost, I gotta say, I know all of y'all for almost 30 years. I don't like that. I love y'all so much, man. I got so many stories with all of y'all, so you already know how that goes.
Yeah.
But, to be honest, I bring it back to like, just moving forward. I wish that the Boys and Girls Club had a program that really taught us financial, ability, stuff like that. Because then we wouldn't be having this conversation. We would still be together in some type of formula or equation that kind of was still perpetuating young black men. Because y'all know what that was. Not everybody was getting that. And not everybody was really like meant to absorb that at that time. So honestly, you wasn't gonna dance with nobody all night.
Hey, tell him something, Cam. Tell him, huh? Hey, tell him something, Cam. Hey, you remember them long minnows when the walls used to sweat, right? Remember the walls used to sweat in the ground? You slip on the soda can because you, man, the walls used to sweat, man.
They don't know about that, man.
Trying to tell him something. Listen, who was there when Mac Dre performed at the Ninnels? Who was there?
At his first performance?
Huh?
The first performance? I was there. The first one they did.
The very first performance they did. Montoya, you got the lead on this one. Tell us about that. Give us that.
Man, it was funny because, you know, Pops, you know, him and Cecil was real cool. That was Dad.
DJ Cease. DJ Cease.
That was another one of his sons. I'm talking about. That was his dude, man. I'm talking about. Dad loves Cecil.
Damn, that's a jewel right here. I ain't know nothing about none of this. Wow.
Yeah, he loves Cecil. So Cecil kept, you know, Cecil had a big influence on Dad at the club and doing dances. And Dad used to just let Cecil do his own thing. You know, he's like, Cecil, you want to have some, he had some artists come up there to do the rap. And Mac Dre was one of the artists he brought up for that day, rap. And Dad was, you know, he was hesitating about it at first, but he was like, you know what? Let him do it. Let him do it. So that I remember that first performance, man, because I had just got out of juvenile hall with Dre. He was my roommate for a long time. So that's how I remember that first.
Give us that story. You can't drop jewels like that on us, Montoya, and not give us the story. You just can't. I'm not going to listen. I'm going to just let you pass the Mac Dre juvenile hall thing. No, come on. He tried to come on. Oh man, no, come on, Montoya. Fuck no. CUTTHOAT.
Now that's when he wrote. Yeah, now that's when he wrote Young Black Brother. I think he was
the song, the album. I mean,
yeah, when he was writing some of those early songs, he was in the hall. He was like, when he was first writing those early raps. I mean, I was his roommate. He was sitting there writing his raps all night long. And then I remember when he came home from the club, I had went away for a minute and came back. Then came to the club and did that performance at the club. But yeah, I was when he was writing them first little raps when he was locked up. He came home.
He came home. He did the first thing. So y'all, let me ask you this, because I heard rumors. I don't know. I wasn't there. Was y'all smoking weed at the club?
Nah.
I heard Dre and them was on stage with spliffs, not with backwoods, because they weren't smoking backwoods.
Nah, they wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
But you don't have the credit. Hey, good. But you know, half the crash side snuck in through the bathroom window. And they all
man. Here we go. We get ready to go to the bathroom. We going to the bathroom. We going to that bathroom window, and that bathroom window was high as hell.
Hell nah.
So somebody did too a few times. I remember Dupree. I think Dupree was one of the ones that I don't know. Don't quote me on this, but I think Dupree was supposed to be in here. Dupree was supposed to be. Y'all laughing. Dupree was supposed to be in this in here, but I'm pretty sure our times are off because he in Atlanta, Georgia. He's out of state, so our time will be off. Trying to get him in here. So, but he's gonna watch the playback, and I'm gonna send it to him and everything.
And he said he don't have his Wi-Fi ain't too good out there.
Out there anyway. Yeah. Also, so he'd be glitching all night anyway. So Dre and them. Oh, tell us about TJ. Now the paddle and all of this, because we skipped so many a generation or whatever. I'm gonna go back in time when you was a teenager. Tell us about the paddle.
Man, TJ and the paddle. Well, see, the paddle actually came from. You know, my dad's an Omega. So, as you know, when you online, if you went to a black college, you know what I'm saying? If you went to a black college, that's what basically like. And I think they adopted that same theory and brought it to the club and we acted up. You acted up at the club when I was younger. When you acted up at the club, you bend over and you got the paddle. TJ, people that my dad really hired, I think, as a paid employee for the Boys and Girls Club. And TJ was an older gentleman from down south. I think TJ was like.
Is he still living?
Nah, TJ, my first mentor growing up in the club. He taught me how to fish.
Okay.
So that was that meant the world to me. But TJ was my first mentor in the Boys and Girls Club. TJ was the southern dude that worked at the Boys and Girls Club that was also like my dad. Way, you know, it was TJ. You know, TJ used to drive. He drove the van. He drove the bus. He was really the bus driver. So we went to an age trip. TJ drove the bus. And that's all the kids have to know. TJ, he was the driver to every field trip. We went on a field trip. So TJ was the driver to all these field trips, and you know he was Southern. He had a Southern accent.
And all I heard some story, Montoya. Not to cut you off, I done heard some shit that, excuse my language, I done heard some shit this man have done did to kids. He tortured kids.
TJ wasn't no joke. You act up.
He beat the blood out you.
Yeah, but you know what? We probably deserved everything he did.
Get out! Terrible, just terrible kids, just terrible.
They push them buttons.
Oh man, this is terrible, man. That's crazy. Yeah, TJ. All I could do is hear the stories, but I came in when the boxing ring was still there. You know.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
The boxing ring still there. The pool tables, all of that was there. The arcades were still downstairs when we came. What else was there?
We had lunchtime.
Lunchtime. It was snack time. And we used to be in the front of that line before anybody. The snacks wasn't even ready yet. We was there. Boy, we was there.
They made sure the little kids got it first.
Yeah, they did. We was tired of that red Kool-Aid. Now, how many of y'all can just vouch with me on this? That red Kool-Aid got on my nerves. I'm telling y'all.
It was like Pops would get something in bulk for cheap. He was on it.
Oh yeah. Man, your dad will get the big.
Hey, do y'all remember? He might have been the originator. Y'all remember all the famous cookies?
Yeah. Yeah.
The famous cookies.
Man,
he got a donation or something. They must get like 2 years supply.
They gave him a lifetime supply.
For months.
They gave him like a 2-year supply. Yeah, a 2-year, 3-year supply of famous Amos cookies. I remember that.
What about the Whoppers though?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Buzz Burger and Whoppers all day long.
Hey, boy, we be hot.
No, and Rob, here's to say something about Dad. You know, I ran the Boys and Girls Club for a while and around a lot of people that ran organizations for young people. We always have to write grants where you have to sit down and write who, what, when, where, why, to try to get funding to support any type of program that we're doing. The thing about my dad was I never saw him write a grant. You know, I wrote over $1 million of grants. I never saw my dad write one grant. All he did was ask people for money. And that's the thing about my dad was people loved him so much and knew what he was doing. He didn't have to write it on. And they would give it to him because they knew his heart. They knew he. And that's the way he raised money for the club. Now that's a totally different way people do it nowadays. He never wrote a grant.
That right there to me is just so powerful. Like, don't nobody understand the power that he had like that. Like, he could just pick up the phone, right, make a call, and say, "I need this for these kids. Is it a yes or a no?" And 9 times out of 10, it was a yes. He took us on type of stuff.
But his fraternity brothers helped out too.
Right, bro.
His fraternity was there.
Okay.
On the college tour trip, Mosaic know.
Definitely, man. And like, you know, I mean, I just remember going to all them schools down south. Y'all remember going to like Tuskegee and Howard and all them schools down south. You know what I mean? And just every time we went to school, it was on Mega Step. They was giving us the tours. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was just always a great thing. You know?
Yeah, I remember that Tuskegee, man. That was very memorable.
Yeah. I remember too. Remember when we went to go see Mine in Atlanta?
Yeah,
Tennessee. My bad, Tennessee.
Yeah.
We went to go see Mine, and they took some rides in the cars. Mine had that clean ass purple Mustang with the white interior.
Yeah.
Your mom was that nigga.
You talking about that Titanic we was driving?
BJ, me using the. You won't do that. We'll do that time. Yeah. Freeway.
Mon, that's all your cars? They talking about all your whips you had?
Yeah, I used to have to whip when I was in school. I had a few whips.
Don't. Wait a minute. Hey, Montoya is over here. Montoya over here trying to sound all nonchalant about this. Montoya, you got to lifen up here. You a Vallejo in here.
Man, you know that.
Come on, man.
I was turned up a little bit in college. You know, I was turned up a little bit in college. Had a little bit of fun.
I mean, look at the stories they got on you. And I heard you used to play football with Doobie and all of them, all the Crest Cuddies and all of that. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, spill the beans on the toaster. You can't just talk and then not tell us. You got the game.
Yeah.
Come on, this is all Vallejo. This is all remembering and honoring your father. You know what I mean? Like, your father helped us all, everybody. Oh man, listen. I was just finna say, like, the some of the stuff around. Remember the study hall. I used to hate this part of study hall too, y'all, because I couldn't read good at the time or whatever, and he would make everybody like, you have to get up and read a section or something. I'd be like, man, he ain't finna. I'm gonna go use the bathroom every time. But now, wait,
we was in the meetings though. In school.
That too.
He was. Hey, one thing Graham didn't talk right was lying.
Yeah, he
bust you out.
Yeah,
you had to talk about your grades and everything.
Yeah,
he gonna bust you out in front of everybody.
Man, I didn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of the stuff that we, Graham brought the best of us. You know what I'm saying? Graham brought the best of us out.
But one thing he taught you too, we really taught you how to be a public speaker and leadership skills. I remember
absolutely
college stories when I was president of Keystone, and Joyce was president of girls Keystone. At every college we went to, when we was all done with, we had to thank everybody. Yeah. Just me, I had to do one, and she had to do one. And I had to do one, and she had to do one. You know what I mean? So,
wow.
In the future, now I'm a store manager at Walgreens, and talk to a bunch of people about anything, because shit, you was talking to your peers about this shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's the hardest thing is to get up there in front of all your peers and come up with some shit off the head about thank you.
Well, I could definitely thank him for opening the doors for that, like you said, Mosaic, because look at me, shit, I speak, so yeah. I thank him. I really thank him.
Zeke, do you remember when Graham sent you, me, Dre, Andwale, rest in peace?
Rest in peace, Andwale.
Up there to it was me and Andwale. Me and Andwale was laughing at everybody.
Oh, so we was on a college tour?
No. He just sent me, you, Dre.
I don't remember. I got a bad memory.
I don't remember. Well, they told us we couldn't come back.
You couldn't come back.
Oh, no. And they told us we couldn't come back, man. Me and Andwale was cutting up. Man, we laughed at everybody. But,
was he at a seminar or something? Because we used to go to the seminar.
Yeah, it has to be a seminar.
I low key remember that. That was, I was like BJ said, that's a long time ago.
That's a long time ago.
Some of them memories kind of faded, kind of blended together.
Whatever Grandma told us after that day, it clicked. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not how you're supposed to really just represent, even though it was almost like he still kind of had her back in whatever we were doing, but like, he still had said something that kind of was like, you know what I'm saying? That's probably not the best way to, try to leave your mark.
Mm-hmm.
They damn remembered us.
So
I bet they did.
So to kind of get back real quick, because it's getting to my hour here, and it's so much we could do for Graham's legacy and honoring his name and everything, and I don't mean to cut y'all short on that conversation.
It wasn't gonna be long enough.
I said it's not long enough at all. But
take us about a
It was actually 10 or 20, but for where we at now with the Boys and Girls Club, I just feel like a lot of the stuff that's going on out there in Vallejo is happening because we don't have an outlet like we used to have. A lot of the places that we had back in the day, we had a community center in North Vallejo, we had one in South Vallejo, then we had the Omega Boys and Girls Club, and we had programs, we had different things, we were structured, we had baseball, football, yada yada yada, all that good stuff. We don't have any of that no more because that club it's gone. The property was bought, I heard, by MIT, the school or whatever. Can anybody tell us what's going on with that? Like, what's going? Why? Is there any way? Is there any way we could like start figuring out how to do fundraisers to save the money, put it back into the kiddo to get another building going and start up the Omega Boys and Girls Club again, or something in that vicinity of just trying to give back to that legacy, you know what I mean, and just to give something to the youth of Vallejo, because that's why a lot of the stuff is happening out there. You know, there is no outlets. All it is the streets.
Yeah. What we gonna
have? My question. Can I extend a question out there, Rob?
Yeah.
And an extension of that question is there a way to make it a historical landmark?
Right.
I don't know if that way they can't tear it down.
But because that is the historical landmark of Vallejo. No one of them.
Right. We should make it a museum, huh?
You'd have to go back and see when it was built, and then it go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I do know that the building actually belongs to the school district, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, it always did. Oh, okay.
Always has belonged to the school district. So we've never actually owned it. I mean, they leased it for $1 a year for a number of years. That was a deal he made with the city a long time ago. You know, he was doing them a favor. So that's crazy.
$1 though.
Good God.
So I think that went on for years, and then yeah. So yeah, I think what has to happen, Rob, if we ever do move forward, but definitely I like your idea, Mosey, on the historical landmark. That definitely rings a bell. But as far as trying to move forward with maybe potentially getting another facility, we need to form a committee group of maybe about 10 or 11 people, politically influenced people, elected officials, entrepreneurs, business owners, that can really sit down and do a long process of fundraising, maybe 3 years of operating costs, whatever that may be, fundraising that type of money, at least to have 3 years of operating costs in the bank to then move forward to try to open up a site. But I think this steering committee will put the legwork down to open up, to move forward in that capacity. Basically, a group of people need to come together and say, we will assume this responsibility with a timeline. And that steering committee is not necessarily the board of directors, but it's the precursor to the board of directors. Usually once the organization is formed, the steering committee may go away. But it's a group of people that do the legwork to get this organization, bring this organization back. That's what.
All right. I agree on that. The historic, that right there. I just wanted to just do something in honoring his name as far as a building is concerned. But that's it right there. Historical landmark. I think that'll work. That absolutely work.
I think we probably, I'm gonna look into that, Mosey. I'm gonna look legally into that. I'm gonna make some phone calls to Mr. Davis' son about looking into that. But in the meantime, Rob, I think that we probably need to do is to keep the ball rolling. Is to use this as a starting point to see maybe if we can help the steering committee. Hey, none of us may even be on the steering committee.
Right.
On the steering committee is what needs to happen.
Okay.
Right. It's a working committee. It's a working committee. It's kind of like you planning a wedding. People planning a wedding. They active. They all got their parts they doing, but it's definitely gonna happen. It's kind of like that.
Okay.
That's what the steering committee is. A group of people working for a cause that not something that won't happen, but will happen.
I'm all for it. You got I'm here 100%. I'm here. I'm pretty sure BJ, Mosaic, Cam, Deidre, everybody is 100% aboard. So let's roll. Let's get it going. Let's keep the ball rolling.
Okay.
This is awesome, guys. I'm really proud of you, Rob. Thanks for setting this all up.
I appreciate you guys.
I'm very proud of you and everybody on this call.
Appreciate you guys. You guys,
appreciate you and mine and Pops.
You know what I'm saying?
Rob, just you guys, there's some other things going on for Pops that my sister is working on a major scale.
Okay.
As far as the timeline goes, this actually is perfect timing. And I would just say moving forward, let's for timeline wise, I would say with this, but to see what happens with what she's doing first.
Okay.
And then you use that as a springboard
Right.
for what we want to do.
Right.
She's doing something in the television industry, something big in the TV industry for that. So if we can use that as a catalyst to screen his name out there, and to use that, if everything moves forward with that, we could use that to that interest, major level, in entertainment.
Well, I'm gonna get behind Deidre push. Let's whatever she need me from on my part, I'm with it.
Hey, I'm with it too. Whatever y'all need.
Okay. So I think what we'll do then is we'll get behind her project, and then, like I said, use that project as a springboard of what you want to do with a new club.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we all want a new club. Everyone on this phone wants it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Everybody that's on, we're not to cut y'all off. I have everybody on Instagram, Zoom, not Zoom, YouTube, and my live feed on Facebook. So everybody has heard all of this. They can't see us, of course, but when I share this Zoom meeting, they'll be able to see the actual Zoom meeting later or whatever. But they've heard everything we've talked about. As a matter of fact, they've been chiming in, asking questions and talking about TJ and the paddle and all, just reminiscing and all of that. But all of that be said, later on, like I said, they get the playback and everything. But I'm 100% aboard whatever we do, whatever Deidre do. She got the lead. Let's push behind her. She's kind of like the Mac Dre, if you will. Let's get behind the Mac Dre of this and ride with her. Give her 100% and 1,000% on this, and whatever she needs, let's just make it happen. Whether we make a club open up and people can come to the facility, or we just make it a landmark, something has to be done for his legacy beside this. You know what I mean? Like us Vallejoans gotta make sure. Yeah, he did, but nothing's gonna die. It's
gonna live
forever. We have to.
Right, yeah.
He's a legendary.
Mosaic got Continental Honor thing on the back of Mosaic. Y'all see that? That right there. Right on, baby boy. Right on. That right there. It gives you chills. It gives you chills, man. I'm telling you, this ain't for me. This is not for me. I didn't do this for me. I did this for your father. Strictly for your father. That's it. So, anyway.
Quick, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Before we slide out, I know this is going to be hella left field, literally. Could you give us one quick story? I mean, a Reader's Digest story of Cece Sabathia and his relationship with your dad and Pelton, because they was hella close, and I missed something.
More close to Pelton, to be honest with you. Pelton.
Damn, I didn't even know this.
Yeah, Dad and Cece weren't super close, but they did have a relationship through more so through Cece's parents. But yeah, Cece's relationship was more so with Pelton. So yeah, that's kind of how that more close to Pelton. But he did have a relationship with Dad. There's more of a relationship with Pelton. But Dad had more of a relationship with Cece's parents.
Ah, yeah.
That's where that came in. Like he did all of us.
Yeah. 7 seconds remaining on this, guys. I hate to. It might cut off. It might not. I don't know Zoom like that. So here, just feel me on this. That's that. No, Zoom, we still rolling. That was Instagram. I'm sorry. So yeah, Pelton, because Pelton was there. Pelton, Tory. I mean, it's a lot. Like I said, it's so much we gonna get into because this is not gonna be the last time we bring it to Cutthroat Radio.
I see Pelton all the time, man.
You know,
I see him all the time.
We definitely gonna have one or two more segments to cover some more things because I just wanted to scratch the surface of memories, his legacy, where it started, things of that nature. And then when we go in depth, we're going to definitely have Deidre, what she got going on and bring that to the forefront because we didn't really get a chance to talk about that on this segment. I didn't really get a chance to talk about what she had going on just briefly. But on our next segment that we do for Cutthroat Radio, Omega Boys and Girls Club, we're definitely going to bring what she's doing to the light. I want my audience to know that we are cooking, we are working, we are around the clock doing what we do to keep his legacy and his name alive. Thank y'all for tuning in. CUTTHOAT Cutthroat Radio Podcast. CUTTHOAT Cutthroat Radio Podcast. Y'all have a blessed evening tonight. Y'all be safe out there wherever y'all at. The weather is, it's up and down. Y'all know we got this bipolar weather. Kiss your babies good night. COVID-19 is real. 9 feet apart, 6 feet apart. Wash your hands. Stay away from the bull and all of that good stuff. And try, for the love of God, to do right by life. You know what I'm saying? Just, keep going and focus on your objectives in hand. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all coming to the Zoom. You know what I'm saying? It's good seeing all of y'all. I didn't get a chance to see Deidre, but
Rob, this is good shit, bro. This is good shit, bro. Thanks for putting that shit together, man.
It's all good. It's all good, man.
I'm gonna send my information to Brandon.
And I'm gonna individually, hey y'all, contact y'all. All right, y'all. One love. And there you have it. Oh man, that was dope. That was awesome. I got a guy come. I got a rapper here. He here, so I got to get off. That is dope, man. Y'all. Woo. Oh man, I love it, man. CUTTHOAT. This is just. I love my life. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. I really enjoyed, talk about what we talked about. It wasn't enough time to get through it, but again, it was really nice to have everybody on there on the Zoom, and we had a good time. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Subscribe, share, like, comment, all of that good stuff. I see y'all when I see y'all. I have Yuckmouth tomorrow zooming live. Me and Yuckmouth is zooming live. You guys will see that as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. CUTTHOAT Radio Podcast. CUTTHOAT Cutthroat Radio Podcast. CUTTHOAT. Y'all know the rest of that shit. I'm tired of saying that shit. God damn it, my voice hurt.